think I quite agree with everything that is said about Sudan. But let's talk about our own. We have a squad depleted with injuries as well, and it's going to be tough playing against Morocco in front of their crowd.
Absolutely. You can see that it was because of those injuries that forced Coach Salisu Yusuf to modify his formation somewhat. He used to play 4-3-3, but he went with a 4-4-2. Antonio Poto and Gabriel Okechukwu up front. It didn't quite work out because you get the impression that that was his backup formation, and the players probably didn't practice that. We're not used to it, but he has to come up with something pretty quickly. If he can get the likes of, I don't know how badly Sunday Fale is, how badly injured he is, because he's going to be missed. Atuloma as well, I don't know how badly injured he is because he was sorely missed as well yesterday.
Ogbu as well.
Ogbu as well. He needs to get these players back as quickly as possible. There is no guarantee that they'll be fit for the final, which means that he goes into that final with a depleted squad. Also Ikechukwu Ezenwa as well, but we're not too worried about Ikechukwu Ezenwa because of Ajiboye's performance. So, but going up against a Moroccan team that has absolutely blown everyone away, powered by the vociferous chanting of their fans, a chance to win an African title. They also have the tournament's top scorer, Ayoub El Kaabi, who is on the verge of doubling the previous record. The previous record was 5 goals in the tournament. He's on 8 already. If he scores 2 against Nigeria in the final, I mean, he's done magically. This is a player who plays for a newly promoted team in the Moroccan league. He's not one of the highly rated players, but after this competition, he's definitely getting a contract either from Wydad Casablanca or Raja Casablanca, or even further than that. So it's a strong team. Very strong Moroccan team. They will be depleted by the loss of Bencharki and also the central defender who have gone to the Saudi Arabian club Al Hilal Riyadh and also Genoa as well. Big losses for them because there are 2 key players who have led them to this final. So that might work in Nigeria's advantage somewhat. But can Coach Salisu Yusuf modify his team in order to do the minimum required
to suit the players he has?
To suit the players he has. It's like you can't cook a goosey soup with ogbono ingredients. It's not possible. You have to look at what you have, see what you are capable of squeezing out of that team. Hopefully, it'll be good enough to get a result against Morocco. But the thing is, if they play the way they did against Sudan, they will be massacred in that final. I can give you a guarantee. Because in front of...
I think Morocco will be more ruthless.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they can smell it. They can taste it. It's there for the taking. And they will be praying that it's the same Nigerian team that showed up against Sudan.
Same
that showed
complacency, same...
Look, if it was Morocco that we played the way we did against Sudan, we'd have been probably have been beaten by as many as 5 or 6.
All right. Let's talk about a bright spot in that team. Okechukwu Gabriel came on as a sub in one of the matches, played a full game the other time. You feel now he's lost the element of surprise, because that's what I think is going to work for us. His footwork, the chances that he takes, hold up play, but he's lost the element of surprise. Does that tilt it in the balance of Morocco?
No, I also think while he might have lost the elements of surprise, he's also gained a tremendous amount of confidence. He's scored 2 goals, 2 crucial goals, match-winning goals for Nigeria so far. He's also been named man of the match as well. That has boosted his confidence tremendously. He was not a starter before the competition started, but now you can see that he's definitely a key player. It just brings to mind the way Taiwo Awoniyi was not a starter when Nigeria won the FIFA Under-17 World Cup in the United Arab Emirates. It was Isaac Success that was started to be the big star of the team. But after Success's injury, you saw Taiwo Awoniyi become a main fulcrum of the team. Gabriel Okechukwu will be very key in that final because Antonio Poto has been extremely, extremely disappointing. Forget the fact that he got the equalizer against Equatorial Guinea in the third
some assists
yes,
as well.
Yes. Yesterday he was, apart from the assists for the goal, he was an absolute passenger. And if Nigeria is supposed to get anything out of that final, striker-wise, they have to look towards Gabriel Okechukwu.
Okay, all right. So there's also something that a lot of people have, continued to question. Is there something different with the injuries you've seen, with some of the things that is it easy to think that Coach Salisu can come up with something different that the Moroccans were probably not expecting to see? Is it possible?
Salisu Yusuf is, without a shadow of doubt, one of the most respected coaches on the Nigerian coaching scene. No doubt about it. He has won titles. He has coached some of the biggest clubs in this country. He's widely respected for his work. His teams always play attractive, purposeful football, and that's somewhat translated to the Super Eagles. I'm talking about tactical flexibility. He also has the benefit of Super Eagles technical advisor Gernot Raw right there with him. So this is something that he can sit with, bounce it off him. What do you think? How can we modify it? So it's a team effort. That's why you have a technical crew. It's not a one-man thing. They sit down, they thrash it out. What are our options? How do we do this? How do we curtail the Moroccan attacking threat? Where can we get our chances from? How do we prosecute this game? You know, it's something that I think that Salih Yusuf, if he's the man that I know that he is, he's always been very humble. He's always been very forthright about his opinions. I'm confident that he'll be talking to Gernot Raw as we are speaking about how he can prosecute a final, and probably becoming the first Nigerian coach to win the African Nations Championship.
I know you've been very objective so far, and
when am I never not objective?
No, I like that. but as a Nigerian, you know, let's objectivity aside for a few seconds.
Okay.
As a Nigerian, do we really have reasons to be scared of the Moroccans?
Absolutely.
As a Nigerian.
As a Nigerian, yes.
Objectivity aside.
Of course. Objectivity aside, we have every reason to be scared of the Moroccans, for the very simple fact that Morocco is on the verge of winning an African title in front of their fans. Picture Nigeria versus Cameroon in the final of the 2000 Africa Cup of Nations. You know, the expectations was high. Champion was on ice. I mean, everything was ready for a huge party in Lagos. Until disaster struck. You know, and right now Morocco will do anything and everything to ensure that they get that they win that trophy. Thankfully, it's not club competition. If it's CAF club competitions, then we're in trouble, because that's when you start seeing the dark arts being propagated, fumigating the dressing rooms, poisoning the foods of the players,
switching
hotels. You know, when they start bringing underhand tactics. But this CAF is well aware of everything that's going. It's not going to happen. But against a Moroccan team that is I mean, the king will be there. How big does it get? The king of Morocco will be at the final. You know, there's so much to pray for. Pride, you know, patriotism, also the chance of a brighter future. I mean, it's tough. Yeah, it's pretty tough.
Having said all that, there's a department in the Super Eagles that I feel has not gotten much credit, but will be seriously tested in that final. That's the defense. Can they hold up? You know, against the hosts? You
say they've not gotten much credit?
I think so.
Well, because there's no credit to give. I mean, you look at some of the players there, and you are disappointed about their play. I mean, the left fullbacks they've not done themselves justice. Was Daniel James was there initially? Ikuwe Mutinu, who played a great game against Equatorial Guinea, was absolutely abysmal in yesterday's semi-final as well. You also look at the central defender Eze, who, despite his height and his physical attributes, his passing was poor yesterday. His positioning was poor as well. He was actually responsible for the injury of Ezenwa because of his lax defending as well. But the only bright spot might just be the player who captained Orji after Ezenwa's injury.
All right.